When someone breaks your heart, the world feels like it's crumbling. Anger whispers for revenge, sadness pulls you into the abyss, and bitterness wraps its icy hands around your soul. What if I told you there's a way to rise above this pain, not through retaliation, but through self-mastery? Revenge is a chain that binds you to the past, but transformation? That's the liberation of your future. Today, we'll uncover the Stoic path to overcoming heartbreak, a path that doesn't destroy you but transforms your pain into power. Number 1. Accept the pain, don't resist it. Heartbreak cuts deep, but the first lesson of Stoicism is to accept what is. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The pain you feel is real, but it is not your enemy. It's a teacher. When you resist heartbreak, clinging to anger or denial, you only prolong your suffering. The Stoic approach is to confront the pain head-on. Say to yourself, this hurts, but it does not control me. By accepting the pain, you stop feeding it power. Imagine a burning flame. If you throw fuel on it, anger, regret, or thoughts of revenge, it rages hotter. But if you sit calmly, allowing the flame to consume only what it must, it will burn out on its own. Pain fades when it's not fed by obsession. A Stoic sees heartbreak not as a curse, but as an opportunity to grow. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. React with calmness, and you've already begun to win. When you accept pain, you take the first step toward mastering it. This is not submission but strength. It is the foundation of Stoic self-control. A broken heart does not define you, it refines you. Each moment of suffering is a chance to sharpen your resilience to become unshakable. By embracing your pain without resistance, you honor your humanity while stepping closer to your power. Number 2. Redirect your energy towards growth. When your heart is broken, the energy that once fueled your love can feel like it's poisoning you. But this energy is not inherently destructive. It's raw power. The Stoics teach us to redirect it. As Seneca wrote, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Instead of wasting this energy on revenge or despair, channel it into self-growth. Think of heartbreak as the strike of a blacksmith's hammer. You can either let it shatter you or let it shape you. Pour your energy into building something meaningful. Focus on your physical health. A strong body reinforces a strong mind. Cultivate new skills, dive into your passions, and immerse yourself in learning. Marcus Aurelius advises, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The best revenge is not retaliation but transformation. Become so disciplined, so focused, and so exceptional that the loss becomes insignificant in the shadow of your growth. Redirecting your energy does not mean suppressing your emotions. Instead, it means using them as fuel. Anger becomes determination, sorrow becomes empathy, and loneliness becomes self-reliance. The more you invest in yourself, the more resilient you become. The person who broke your heart loses power over you because you are no longer the same. You are stronger, wiser, and unshakable. This transformation is the essence of Stoic fortitude. Every moment you choose to grow instead of crumble is a victory. And when you rise from the ashes of heartbreak, you will carry with you not the scars of bitterness, but the strength of self-mastery. Number 3. Detach from the desire for control. One of the greatest sources of pain after heartbreak is the illusion of control. We torment ourselves with what-ifs and if-onlys, as though we could rewind time and change the past. But the Stoics remind us that control over others or external events is a mirage. As Epictetus wisely stated, some things are up to us and some things are not. The actions of others fall firmly into the category of things we cannot control. Instead of clinging to this illusion, practice the Stoic principle of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean apathy. It means releasing your emotional grip on what you cannot change. Reflect on this truth. The person who broke your heart made their choice, and that choice was theirs alone. You are not responsible for it, nor are you its prisoner. Your power lies not in controlling their actions, but in mastering your response. Imagine yourself standing in a raging storm. You cannot stop the wind or rain, but you can build shelter within yourself. This is what the Stoics call ataraxia, a state of inner calm that no external force can shake. Marcus Aurelius urged, you have to assemble your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible. Focus only on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your character. Detaching from the desire for control frees you. It lifts the weight of blame, regret, and resentment from your shoulders. It allows you to reclaim your peace, even in the midst of turmoil. And most importantly, it teaches you the Stoic truth that your worth is not defined by another's actions, but by your own strength of character. Number 4. Rise above through forgiveness and indifference. Forgiveness, to a Stoic, is not about absolving someone else of their wrongdoing. It is about liberating yourself from the chains of resentment. Holding on to anger or bitterness keeps you tethered to the person who hurt you. As Seneca observed, anger, an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. When you forgive, you are not condoning their actions. You are choosing to set yourself free. But forgiveness alone is not enough. A true Stoic cultivates indifference to the opinions and actions of others. This doesn't mean being cold or heartless. It means recognizing that the pain someone causes you reflects their nature, not yours. Epictetus reminds us, when someone criticizes you or wrongs you, remember they are doing or saying what they think is right. It is not your job to be upset by this. Indifference is the shield that protects your peace. Think of forgiveness as unburdening yourself from a heavy stone, and indifference as walking away from it entirely. When you refuse to let someone's betrayal define you, you reclaim your power. You rise above not by stooping to their level, but by soaring beyond it. This is how the Stoic transcends heartbreak, not through vengeance, but through detachment. Forgive because your peace is too precious to sacrifice. Be indifferent because their actions are not worth your energy. Together, forgiveness and indifference form the cornerstone of resilience. They ensure that you remain unshaken, no matter how others treat you. In the end, it is not the person who broke your heart that determines your destiny. It is your unyielding ability to rise above. Conclusion: transform pain into power. Heartbreak is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a transformation. The Stoic path shows us that the greatest victories are not won through revenge but through self-mastery. Pain, when met with acceptance, becomes a stepping stone. Energy, when redirected, builds a stronger version of yourself. Control, when relinquished, brings freedom. And forgiveness, when paired with indifference, lifts you above the chaos. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The heartbreak you face today is not a barrier. It is the forge in which your resilience is tempered. Rise above the bitterness, the anger, and the desire for retaliation. Instead, let your actions speak louder than words. Use this as an opportunity to grow, to rise, and to transform into the unshakable version of yourself. And remember, revenge ties you to the past, but self-mastery liberates your future. The Stoic does not crumble under pain. They use it to ascend. Let this be your legacy, not one of bitterness, but of strength, wisdom, and grace. Together, let us walk the Stoic path toward unbreakable strength. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.